This is Heidi with KiddosKoral, and today I'm going to show you guys how I make my apple crisp. You guys have requested this video. So many of you saw the picture that I posted on my Facebook page of my homemade apple crisp, which is made with my freezer apple pie filling. It'll come to me, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day. But here it is in my container that I froze it in. I will link that recipe down below in the description box if you all want to check that out. I'm going to get some Tam spray, and the first thing I do is spray my dish. And I'm going to tell you the truth, there's not really a recipe. I don't have any precise measurements, so as long as you do what I do, it should come out for you. That rhymed. You're gonna set your oven on 350 degrees, and you just saw what I did there. I just sprayed that with Pam. This is 2.5 cups of apple pie filling that is thawed. And I'm going to get a spoon or a spatula, and I want to put that all over the bottom. Now, if you like a lot of apples, you may only want to do an 8 by 8. This, I believe, is a 9 by 11. It's not quite a 9 by 13, but it's a 9 by 11. So what I like to do is I like to take quick oats, and I'll show you the box. This is the quick oats that I use. It comes from Aldi's. And I just cover all of these apples with the oats. I don't measure anything out. I just make sure that they are covered. This is what's going to give that nice topping on the top and get nice and brown. Okay, once you think that you have that covered like you like, then I sprinkle some cinnamon over top of this. And I'm using cinnamon that comes from Costco. I feel like ultimately I've tried different cinnamons, and this one honestly wins the prize with me. I love this cinnamon. I'll show you what that looks like. That's the cinnamon I use. Now I'm going to get some brown sugar, and I've got a ginormous thing of brown sugar. Not that you have to have that much brown sugar. What I like to do is I like to crumble up brown sugar all over the top. You can put as much as you like. If you like it really sweet, you can put that. But remember, your apples already have a good bit of sweetness to them. I just want to add a little bit of sugar topping in with my oatmeal. And so this is how I do it. I just add a little bit of brown sugar, just like that. And then, let me get rid of my big container here. I add in walnuts. Now, you can break up your walnuts if you like, but I like to keep mine whole. This is the way my family likes their apple crisp. You can take your fingers and kind of break them up if they're super big, but we like ours pretty big. And I don't put a lot, like a massive amount of walnuts on this, just enough to give it that extra crunch on the top. But by all means, you know, use chopped pecans. You chop these up if these are too big to do it this way for you all. You know, make it however you like it. I've used pecans and walnuts, so either way. Now, what you want to have ready, and I don't have mine ready, is a stick of butter. Now I use between a stick and a stick and a half of butter or margarine. I've used either ors, and what I like to do is take my butter, and I like to open up the package, and I'm going to show you here. I'm going to need to get a knife. And I like to cut pats of butter, just like that. Can you guys place the pats of butter all over the top of the, I'm just continually cutting pats, leaving a little bit of separation because this butter is going to melt. And thin pats, as thin as you can get them. I don't think I started very thin, but you can't add too much butter, I don't believe, or too less butter necessarily. But what this does is this moistens that oatmeal and that brown sugar, and it allows it to make that crumbly topping that we're so fond of in apple crisp. Now if I had some vanilla ice cream or some whipped topping, that would be really good to serve with this when it's finished, but I'm all out, so we are just going to have to eat it just as is, and believe me, it's just as good. You can see a whole stick just about covers the top of this, and I'm still cutting pats there. It's sticking to my fingers. There we go. Now I'm going to pop this into the oven, and I think I said in the beginning of this video, it's at 350 degrees. I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 30 minutes, and what I'm trying to look for is it's going to be good and bubbly around the edges and nice and brown in the center, and that's when you know that this is as good as it's going to get. So I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Apple crisp just came out of the oven. I do want to note that, I don't know if you guys can see it, but can you guys see it bubbling in the corners? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's what you want to see. That's a good sign. The other thing is after 30 minutes, if you pull this out and it seems like it's a little bit dry on the top, sometimes I'll have some areas like in the corners where it seems like it's not as brown as this, okay? So I'll add just a little bit more butter. I'll just put pats over those dry areas and put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes, and it comes out perfect every time. Don't freak out if it doesn't look like this when it comes out at first, because sometimes depending on the type of butter that you use, it depends, you know, it makes a difference on what the outcome of it looks like when it comes out. So sometimes with different butters I have to use a little bit more. Sometimes, you know, one stick is plenty. This time around, one stick was plenty, and it smells delicious. It's nice and golden brown, as you can see in the video. And this will be great with either whipped topping or some vanilla ice cream, or just by itself. It is absolutely divine. I hope you all enjoyed seeing this recipe. I will leave the link down below for my apple pie filling so that you all can catch that if you missed it. Thanks so much for joining me today, and if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, and I will be talking to you all again soon. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.